So hello people of the interwebs and welcome to a August plan with me. So today I am just going to be planning my August bullet journal, taking you with me as I doodle in my title page, my monthly calendar, and just the little other spreads. So I'm starting off by my title page, and the theme for August that I've picked is just mason jars, wine bottles. It's kind of like little household objects or holding plants and other knickknacks. So I just went over all the squares I've drawn with just Tombow brush pens in orange and blue. That's just there to kind of add a pop of color and kind of color the doodles in without actually coloring them in. So once I've colored everything in, I'm just gonna go over my doodles using Fineliners. So the Fineliners I'm using today are the Staedtler Fineliners, and I'm just doodling all my doodles in with the 0.7 tip. So as you can see, I'm just doodling in the wine bottle and I'm just adding the little plant in it. So all of these doodles, I kind of did them in pencil first just to kind of see if I like the composition and if I like the doodles I was doing. And as you can see, a lot of them are completely random. So like right now I'm doodling like this kind of like a mason jar with random plants inside, and before I drew this milk bottle kind of spilling over some liquid with petals and stuff. There's like broken glass bottles with like feathery plants coming out of it, and like a huge planter with like a huge plant, and just kind of doodling just to relax a little and get away from all the stress. So I'm again just doodling in the big planter right now. And then in this mason jar right here, I just have random things like I drew in a scissor and a paintbrush. And there's like a teacup just for the fun of it. So once I've done doodling in everything, I'm just gonna go over the word August using another brush pen. This is the Tombow Fudenosuke in the hard tip. And then as you can see, I left the hanging planter left at the end, so I can just write in August and then doodle that in next. So after done doodling that in, I'm just gonna go over to my calendar page. So I like the vertical calendar layout because it's just what works for me, and it's just something I've always stuck to. So I'm starting it off while just putting some washi tapes down, so kind of establish again the color palette that we're going for. So the color palette actually came about by using these washi tapes. These washi tapes, they were sitting next to each other in my drawer, and I thought they looked good together, and I thought I'll just put them as my little color scheme. So after I've put my washi tape down, I'm just writing all the dates and writing all the days that correspond with those dates. Now once that's done, again, I'm just going over the little doodles I've drawn with the Fineliner. This time I'm using the 0.3 tip. I just thought the 0.7 for the title page was a bit too thick, and the 0.5 as well, and it's kind of more to scale down. So I just went with the 0.3 and kind of doodled something in the same scheme of what I've drawn on the title page. So some of them are very similar, like this boat bottle and like little mason jar with stuff inside and the cloud plant. Next I'm moving on to my habit tracker. So I'm just outlining the title habit tracker with again my Fudenosuke Tombow brush pen. And then the habit tracker today is inspired by Amanda Rach Lee's habit tracker, because in the past all the habit trackers have really not worked for me. I just do like a couple days and then I flunk off, and I really have no motivation to come back and put in what I've done or not and kind of like track my habits. So I thought I'd give this layout a go and see if I like it. So I'm just drawing little calendars for all my little habits that I want to track for this month. And as you can see, the first one didn't turn out so well, neither the second one, but by the last four I kind of got the hang of it, and then they turned out to be decent. Still not perfect, but decent. So to make the calendar lines, I'm just using the 0.7 Staedtler Fineliners, and then to write in the dates, I'm using the 0.3. So here I'm just kind of making my calendars and filling them in with just the dates and stuff. Making these calendars was such a tiresome idea. Like, I did not like writing down each and every single day and making these tiny little calendars 6 times. So in the future, I really want to invest in stickers that I can just buy and just stick them on, and then not even care about drawing the little calendars by hand if it works out. Fingers crossed it works out, and hopefully I can start tracking my habits and seeing what I need to work on, So once I've drawn in all the little calendars, I'm just kind of highlighting the titles in our color scheme and then just writing in the titles of what I want to track, using again the brush pen, but this time I'm using the soft tip instead of the hard tip. So next I am just going to move on to my mood tracker. So for the mood tracker, I am just drawing these bunch of mason jars and just labeling them with the dates, and then to track my mood, I'm just going to draw a flower or a couple flowers in each of them, and then have like a little color signifying what mood I'm feeling. So for this page, I really didn't want to do like a legend or a title saying like mood tracker, or like a legend saying what mood corresponds to what color, because I just thought that didn't contribute to the composition I wanted for the page. I just wanted the entire page to be a bunch of mason jars that are empty, and then I'll fill them in one by one. So that's why all you see me is drawing a bunch of mason jars and this tiny little corner just writing what day is it. So to do these, I am using the Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen in hard tip this time, and I kind of regret this now that I've done it. It's just that I wish I did it in the Fineliners, because it did ghost a little. You could see the imprint on the page behind it, so I just wish I used Fineliners for this one instead of just the brush pen. But next I'm just moving on to my weekly spread. So this weekly spread is really interesting because I wanted my entire month of August to be on these 2 pages. I don't have a lot going on. I just have a bunch of events I need to keep track of, so that's why I just wanted to fit in the entire month into 2 pages, and I kind of gave each week a half a page as its own section, and to divide it up, I'm using the doodle from before, kind of like the bottle spilling out something, as to divide the page into 2. So then each week gets this event tracker on the right, which is just kind of there so I can track all the events, and the left side is kind of like open, just for me just to have a huge to-do list and a master list kind of thing of just all the tasks I need to do in the week, and then there is enough space if I wanted to split my tasks up depending on the day it is. I can do that easily in the space I have. And then you just saw me earlier color in the little liquid things with the color scheme, and now I'm just adding a little bit of washi tape just to kind of jazz it up a bit and tie in everything, tie in all the little details from the other spreads that I've just showed you. So I'm just ripping up the fancy washi tape into like these little pieces, just kind of like have that contrast between the yellow and the blue. So here we have it, the final flip through. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching me just plan in my planner and just have a fun time, and I'll see you guys next time.